So Elon Musk is going around, and he made quite an admission a number of times. He actually said this on 2 separate occasions. Ready? Trump ally Elon Musk warns of necessary economic collapse if Trump is elected. Musk says everyday Americans must embrace the pain if Trump gets back in the Oval Office. So here's what they say here. Elon Musk has offered a sobering preview of Donald Trump's economic plan for America if he is reelected, revealing that a period of intentional temporary hardship is on the horizon for American households. Rather than cautioning against it, Musk described this hardship as necessary and inevitable. Supporting Trump's blueprint for restructuring the economy by slashing government programs, Musk's remarks, shared in a telephone town hall organized by his America PAC, indicate that he and Trump see economic pain to average Americans as a necessary cost of their policy goals. So they continue here, quote, "We have to reduce spending to live within our means, and that necessarily involves some temporary hardship, but it will ensure long-term prosperity." So let's just be clear up front. What he's talking about here is austerity. That's what he's talking about. Basically, put a stranglehold on the government, massively slash government spending, and who cares about the consequences? Who cares if that hurts poor folks and working folks? And by the way, there's a fundamental misunderstanding of the way the economic system works, too, underlying this take from Elon Musk. This is like Austrian economics 101 shit, and Austrian economics is an absolute disaster. Musk stated in the call, fully endorsing the strain Trump's policies would place on Americans. Musk's words make it clear that the disruption is not an unintended side effect, but an accepted, if not desired, outcome. The billionaire went further by responding to an ex-user who anticipated a market downturn if Trump's aggressive policies, including mass deportations and extreme deficit cuts, were enacted. The user predicted that with Trump and Musk in charge, the U.S. economy, dependent on debt and vulnerable to asset bubbles, would face a severe reaction before stabilizing under the intended austerity. Musk's response was a simple acknowledgement. So here, let me read this for you, because this is really telling. So this person here on Twitter says, "If Trump succeeds in forcing through mass deportations, combined with Elon hacking away at the government, firing people, and reducing the deficit, there will be an initial severe overreaction in the economy. This economy, propped up with debt, generating asset bubbles, and artificially suppressed wages as a result of illegal immigration, markets will tumble. But when the storm passes and everyone realizes we are on sounder footing, there will be a rapid recovery to a healthier, sustainable economy. History could be made in the coming 2 years." And then Elon responds to that and says, "Sounds about right." They continue, "Trump has said he would appoint Musk to lead a new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, an agency that Musk would use to trim the fat from government operations and presumably enact sweeping cuts to public programs. The department, referred to by the acronym DOGE, is a nod to Musk's favored meme cryptocurrency." Now, by the way, look, let's put this in realistic terms for people, because when you talk about, oh, we're going to cut the government, that sounds sort of value neutral, right? It's like, well, how and what exactly does that mean? Guys, we know a lot of this stuff is laid out very clearly in Project 2025. They basically want to do away with every government program which is good and helpful to the American people, right? They're not talking about slashing the military budget. Trump's military budget went up massively every single year that he was in there. So they're not talking about that. What they're talking about is like, hey, let's get rid of the FTC. You know, let's axe Lena Khan. Let's get rid of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Let's get rid of every single government program, or massively cut every single government program that is the most popular and helps people directly. You know, like, for example, the various welfare programs, or like, for example, Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. Like, this is the stuff that they want to get rid of. This is the stuff. So this would be disastrous. By the way, a really important point here is that Musk still to this day is a defender and looks up to Javier Milei in Argentina. Javier Milei is destroying Argentina right now. I mean, we've done segments in the past going through the economic numbers and the specifics of just how bad he's destroying Argentina, because he's basically trying to enact an anarcho-capitalist style system on them. People are dumpster diving for food. Poverty is over 50%, right? Inflation was literally the worst in the world. But again, to Elon Musk, he looks at that and says, no, it's okay. All of that pain, all of that hardship, all of the extreme poverty, all of the hunger, all of the downsides, it's all worth it, because down the road, maybe at some point in the future, kind of, not sure, but maybe things might get better. Jesus Christ. So in other words, look, the fundamental view is this. You are just a tool to be, or a cog in the machine for the broader economy, right? And you need to cater to the economy. It's not that the economy needs to cater to you. It's not that the system and this society and the civilization that we create has to provide basic needs for people and create a decent life. No, it's the opposite. You are nothing but a tiny little peon in the system, and you need to serve the economic overlords. And of course, at the end of the day, for somebody like Musk, he's like a hyper-capitalist, and he just wants to squeeze more profit out of everybody, right? They continue, while previous leaders have avoided openly endorsing policies that might hurt working Americans, Musk comments reveal a different approach, where short-term pain is not only acknowledged, but welcomed. Critics argue that this plan, prioritizing austerity over growth, could destabilize the economy and deepen inequality, impacting essential services for millions of families who rely on public support. But Musk and Trump's perspective appears to frame these hardships as collateral damage in a broader strategy for long-term prosperity. Meanwhile, under the Biden-Harris administration, the U.S. economy has seen record growth. This month, the Economist called the U.S. economy the envy of the world amid historic growth, low unemployment, and the lowest inflation of any nation in the G7. The major stock markets continue to hit record highs on a nearly daily basis. Yet Trump and Musk want to replace this prosperity with pain. So look, here's the thing. They just simply don't believe in Keynesianism. They don't believe in MMT. And Elon Musk fundamentally does not understand that public deficits equals private surpluses. Let me repeat that. This is a super important economic point. Public deficits equal private surpluses. So in other words, we've seen this 1,000 times over. When the economy takes a downturn, the government is supposed to be the spender of last resort. This was, for example, what happened with Obama when he did his stimulus bill, when he came in there. The economy was in free fall. It was utterly collapsing under George W. Bush because of the subprime mortgage crisis and the Great Recession. And he comes in there and he does a stimulus program and the economy rebounds. And then we see an extended period of job growth, right? That is public deficits, public spending equaling private surpluses. That's what that is. By the same token, we saw this during COVID and after COVID. You desperately needed these stimulus packages in order to help the economy out, help regular people out. And that's what they did, right? And what Musk is talking about is the exact opposite approach. Take a hatchet to the government, take a hatchet to the spending, and then whatever happens, happens. And if it leads to incredible pain or a recession or a depression for regular people, it is what it is, because ideologically, I think that down the road, maybe we'll get back on sound footing and have a better economy. So in other words, like the key metrics to a better economy that he uses literally has nothing to do with like how your average person is doing. You don't matter. You're not the core of his analysis, which is incredibly damning. So I just need everybody to know he's admitting this. They're admitting this. Look, I do have to say, Trump, he talked about the deficit and the debt a little bit when he ran the first time, but then when he was in there, he ran up the debt and the deficit, right? But I need everybody to understand, it would be better if Trump told Musk to fuck off if he were to win and Musk tries to enact these deep, horrendous cuts. Trump would do way better to say, hey man, fuck off. This is hurting the economy and we're going to keep doing deficit spending. So, but will he have the balls to do that? I don't know. Nobody knows. He's a fucking wild card, right? So, but either way, Elon Musk is out there promising pain. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.